So today I'm just going to be breaking down my 2026 ambitions. I've got quite a lot of goals that I want to achieve, and I want to take you through how I plan on doing them, what they are, and kind of a little bit of a reflection on what 2025 looked like. If you're new to the channel, my name is Rob, and I recently transitioned from powerlifter to all-in triathlete. I recently competed in BPU Nationals, where I totaled a 270 kilo back squat, 170 kilo bench press, and a 302.5 kilo deadlift. Now, to me, that was pretty much more than my lifetime goals that I wanted to achieve, and I did that in front of my family. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to kind of put the singlet down and get myself a tri suit and go all in on triathlon. So in 2025, apart from competing in nationals, where I was over the moon with how I performed, it kind of left me a little bit empty, because I was like, what more do I want? I'd already achieved all lifetime PBs in all 3 lifts, and I got to do it in front of my family, which was amazing. So if you've been a follower of the channel for any time now, you know that triathlon is the other thing that I've been dabbling in probably since 2019, where I did my first sprint tri with my dad, and I've basically been working up through sprint tri, Olympic distance, half Ironman, and that was as far as I'd gone, because really that's as far as I could be bothered. Because whenever I do that 90k bike, about 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, forget doing this for another 90k to go for a full distance. But after having the swim cancelled in my last half Ironman, they decided that the storm was too much, and didn't get the opportunity to give my swim a go. It meant that I only done the bike and the run, and I did achieve a sub 2-hour half marathon, which was the goal, but it didn't really feel complete, the fact that I hadn't done the swim that day. So today I wanted to take you through kind of my 2026 ambitions, and I've been procrastinating the video. I want to get a video out every week, and I was waiting for the perfect time to get the perfect backdrop and all that stuff. And I was just doing this 1.5-hour cycle today. I was like, I've got to cut the crap and just get on with it and get something out there, because once you start, just like with all goals, then you can keep that momentum. And I'm just fed up with procrastinating. So 2026 is the year of triathlon, with a Hyrox and a half marathon as well. So to kick off the year, I'm going to start with my first ever Hyrox. It's actually a Hyrox Pro Doubles, and I actually don't have a partner now. The person I booked it with realized they're going on holiday the next day, early morning, and we have a late evening race, so it's not going to work for him. So I still need to find that partner. But I've never actually done a Hyrox, and it's something I've been curious about. Not necessarily something I want to be doubling down on, but I can't say that because I haven't actually competed in one yet. So really looking forward to giving that a try. Obviously I have ideas of the kind of times that I'd like to hit, but that's arbitrary numbers because they're based on other people that I know, other people's fitness levels and specificity. They've trained for it, so they've achieved some amazing things. So it's now my turn to see what I can do without too much specific training. I want to use this Ironman fitness and see how much that carries over to a Hyrox. So my second race this year is half marathon. It's actually the Hackney half, and it's in mid-May. Now the reason I booked this is because the gym that I work at is often one that a lot of the members do, the owners do, and it's also a really cool race apparently, from what I've heard. Really good energy throughout the whole thing, live music everywhere. And the last time I'd done half marathon specific race was probably 2010, before I did the London Marathon. And back then, the only real training I did was a couple of runs and a lot of cycling. Can't remember my time. I haven't looked online to try and find it, but I'm going to presume I went sub 2. But we'll see. But guess we'll never know. So the goal with this one would be to hopefully get sub 1:40. Now that's a big ask. I believe that's like a 4:50 per kilometer, around that sort of pace. Now I've been doing my long steady runs recently at around 4:55-ish. So the last 2 I did 75 minutes and 90 minutes with a good bit of undulation, climbing, and 200 meters of descending. Now the Hackney half should be relatively flat, because a lot of that part of Hackney is quite flat, so I should be able to put out a good time. And I wanted to have a proper goal, so aiming for sub 1:40. That would be 20 minutes off my current half marathon PB. So all we can do is see what we can do. Now I'm not going to do any specific half marathon training for all my runs, obviously gearing me up for a half Ironman and a full Ironman. So I should have a fair amount of fitness based on my current fitness levels. So the goal is sub 140, but all we can do is see what we can put out on the day. So next up in early July, I have Ironman 70.3 Swansea. So this will be the only triathlon I'm actually doing with my dad this year, but really looking forward to that. Be really good prep for my last race of the season. I have got some ambitious goals. The 2 half distance Ironmans that I've wanted sub 6. My first one I got 6:03. And I was happy with that. And then with Ironman 70.3 Weymouth, cancelling the swim, I didn't get the opportunity to see if I can beat it. So the goal this year is a sub 6, no matter what. But if I'm very honest, I want a sub 5.5. So that will be basing on about 40 minute swim, 2 hour 30, 2 hour 40 bike, and then a 1 hour 45 to 1 hour 50 run. Then I think about 2 or 3 weeks later, I have T100 Olympic distance, London. Now, this was originally the last race on my calendar of the year, and it was supposed to be using the fitness that I built through the Swansea prep to kind of express some last minute fast-paced fitness. I wanted a sub 3 hour Olympic distance, and I think I've hit a 2:58 or 2:59. I've got it and I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But that was at my last London triathlon, which I think was challenged then. I think they took ownership for a year or two. So that's a couple of years ago now. So I'm looking forward to seeing if all this fitness that I'm building is actually going to carry over to some speedy fitness as well. I thought running 10k now doesn't give me any issues, whereas before 10k was around like the max where I wanted to run. Whereas 10k now is fucking easy out. So obviously I'm moving a lot faster than that now. And then lastly is the big one. So this is the one that was lastly added onto the calendar, Ironman Wales. My first full distance, no idea what to expect. I've heard it's tough. I've heard you got a mild transition from the sea swim to your bike, up some stairs, through the village. Yeah, that'll be fun. And then very much an undulating course. So lots of climbs, lots of descents, and then with a marathon at the end with 5k up, 5k down, 4 times. Now the goal of that race is sub 12. That's really all I can aim for because I've never done it before. So beyond just the actual performance and the fitness, you've got the whole new experience of what it's like to do a 3.8k swim, 180k bike, and then finish off with a marathon. A 42.2 kilometer run. Sounds ridiculous, but I don't doubt myself that I can do it. It's just what time can I actually do it in? But I want to bring you along for that journey and see what I do to actually achieve my goals. Now, because I've got some lofty goals, I did hire a coach to make sure that I'm taking away that stress, because I already programmed for other athletes, so then start programming for myself as well with so many different goals. It's not really a stress that I needed. So I'm working with the Tri guys, in particular Rosie, and so far absolutely loving it. She's got her work cut out for her because in amongst all of this, I potentially might have an operation on my heart. So if you've seen the video, I have what they call SVT, so supraventricular tachycardia. That's where my heart essentially gets stuck in a loop. The electrical signals get stuck in the upper chambers, just bounce around, give me a heart rate of around 190 to 210 for prolonged periods of time. Could be 4 or 5 minutes, could be 2 hours, and I've had many of those, and they're definitely impacting my ability to do certain things, impacting my recovery. My resting heart rate's been through the roof, so a lot of challenges to overcome, and I don't even really get to know what the plan is with the cardiologist until the end of Jan. So I'm currently just on daily beta blockers. So I'm taking 2.5 milligrams of bisoprolol, I think it's called, and what that's doing is keeping my heart rate under control to some degree. It's meaning I struggle to get to the high intensity, so I can't really get to zone 5, well, not for long, and sustained periods of effort at high intensity are also quite tough. So my training at the moment is more towards aerobic fitness and some threshold and sweet spot, but really anything over 100% FTP, pretty much it's a no-go for me at the moment. Just my legs can't handle it. I have tried, trust me. So that is my plans for the 2026 season. As I said, I was procrastinating doing this video. I just wanted to get it out there because I know if I get this first one done, the next one can easily follow. And I set myself a goal of every Sunday at 6 p.m. So that's why this morning with this hour-and-a-half cycle, which I'm 40 minutes in, meant there's no excuses. Get it done, get what I want to say across, get it out there. Because I'm a stickler for procrastination or make sure everything's just right. But sometimes get the work done and see what results will prosper. I know that over the past year, and I've been reading the Bible, going to church, and something I've really found on a lot of these workouts, especially when they are challenging, is trying to think of something bigger than yourself. And I've found when things are starting to hurt, just essentially look up. If he can get me through to the end, and quite often I get these sensations of like full body, like goosebumps in a way, and just like my body essentially feeling like it's being made lighter. Now, this is still such an early journey really for me. I'd said it all kind of initiated when my nan died, and I just felt there was more. And then recently in the last year, I'd say, I've been putting more intensity towards faith, towards Jesus, and kind of learning more about his ways, his teachings. Really nice. So I'm sure he's going to help me be strong through all this prep, through this heart surgery, and yeah, through this next year. It's gonna be a challenge. But I would love for you to join me on this journey through improving my fitness, improving my endurance, but also getting a deeper understanding of my faith. I want to put stuff out there about that because it is all kind of new to me, or relearning old things. When I was younger, I disregarded a lot of it, but yeah, something about it all just now really feels like he's the way, and it's where I need to put my efforts, my focus, and my faith. But thanks again for watching. If you are interested about my SVT episode, click the video that's appeared here, and I'll see you in the next video.